watching. I am Nigel Dwayne B. Santanto from the Grade 9 Lamentations. Today, I will be presenting my observations and answering the guide questions for my science performance task. This para is being submitted to my science teachers, Sir John Renal M. Caranto. Honestly, it's a bit bittersweet to present this because this is officially the last para that I will be making as we are already in the fourth quarter. I put my best effort into this final task to show what I've learned about gravity and motion. Let's get into the answers. Number 1. In all three cases, which object reaches the ground first? In activity 1, the book reached the ground significantly faster than the flat sheet of paper. The paper seemed to flutter and float before landing. However, in activity 2, when the paper was crumpled, it fell almost simultaneously with the book. Finally, in activity 3, when the paper was placed on the top of the book, both objects landed at the exact same time because the book cleared the path for the paper. Number 2. In activity 1, what causes the flat sheet of paper to move sideways? The sideways movement of the flat paper is caused by air resistance, also known as drag force, because the paper has a wide surface area but very little weight. The upward push of the air molecules interferes with its downward fall. Since the air is pushing against the paper, searches for the path of least resistance, which results in the what swaying or gliding motion instead of a direct vertical drop. Number 3. In activities 2 and 3, why did the objects fall at the same rate regardless of their masses? This happened because we effectively minimized or eliminated the interference of air resistance. In activity 2, crumpling the paper reduced its surface area, meaning there was less air to push it back up. In activity 3, the book acted as a shield, taking all the air resistance and allowing the paper to experience a state of free fall. Number 4, and the last question. Whose view is more acceptable and why? Galileo Galilei's view is definitely more acceptable and scientifically accurate. Aristotle argued that heavier objects fall faster, but our activities show that even a light piece of paper can keep up with a heavy book if you change its shape or block the air. This demonstrates the mass is not the primary factor in failing speed. Air resistance is. Galileo's theory that gravity is a constant force acting on all objects equally is what we clearly observe in this performance task. That's it. Before I end, I just want to say that it has been a journey. Since this is my last pedal for the school year, I want to thank Sir John Renal M. Caranto for all the lessons and for pushing us to observe the world more critically. It's the end of the fourth quarter and completing this feels like a huge milestone. Thank you for watching, and I hope my explanations give justice to the principle of Galileo and Aristotle. This has been Nigel Dwayne B. Santanto from the Grade 9 Lamentations. Bye-bye!